In the heavenly realm, celestial beings known as angels serve as divine messengers and agents of God's will. These majestic beings carry out various tasks and responsibilities, all in accordance with the divine plan. However, not all angels remained faithful to their Creator. A faction of angels chose to defy God, leading to their expulsion from heaven and their transformation into fallen angels. But what led these once holy beings to rebel against the Creator, and what fate awaited them after their fall from grace? To answer these questions, we must first understand the nature of angels and their role in the grand design. Throughout history, various religions and cultures have portrayed angels in different forms and with varying attributes. Angels are often depicted as benevolent and protective beings, guiding and aiding humans in times of need. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, angels are divine servants who carry out God's will, communicating directly with humanity and intervening in human affairs when necessary. But what led to the fall of these once holy beings? In the New Testament, the Apostle Peter briefly mentions the rebellion and fall of these angels. 2 Peter 2:4, NIV, states, "For if God did not spare angels when they sinned, but sent them to hell, putting them in chains of darkness to be held for judgment." Within the divine structure of the celestial realm, certain angels possess elevated ranks and carry more significant responsibilities. Notably, the archangels stand at the forefront, commanding the heavenly host and executing God's most vital missions. Possessing unparalleled power and authority, archangels play a crucial role in preserving the harmony and order of the cosmos. However, with great power comes the potential for pride and ambition to take root. Some angels, swayed by a particularly influential figure, began to entertain thoughts of dissent. These angels started to question their position within the divine hierarchy and desired something beyond merely fulfilling God's commands. The seeds of rebellion were planted as these angels contemplated the prospect of autonomy and freedom from divine authority. Their yearning for independence and power challenged the established celestial order and threatened to disrupt the delicate balance that governed the universe. This brewing discontent among the angels would eventually culminate in a pivotal moment of defiance, setting the stage for an unprecedented cosmic conflict with far-reaching consequences for both the heavenly and earthly realms. The actions of these rebellious angels would reshape the course of history and serve as a cautionary tale for all who might consider resisting the divine will. The stage was set for a cosmic conflict that would shake the foundations of heaven and earth, led by their infamous leader. The architect of the rebellion was none other than Lucifer, the morning star. Renowned for his radiance and esteemed status, Lucifer held a prominent position among the heavenly host. However, his ambition and pride proved to be his undoing, as his thirst for power and recognition drove him to challenge God's supreme authority. Lucifer's descent was not a solitary act. He managed to persuade a group of like-minded angels to join his cause, convincing them that they too deserve a higher status within the celestial hierarchy. This coalition of rebellious angels, united under Lucifer's leadership, sought to overthrow the existing divine order and establish a new regime where they could exercise greater autonomy and control. In his quest for power, Lucifer not only defied God, but also threatened the stability of the cosmos. The rebellion he spearheaded would have far-reaching consequences, both for the angels who followed him and for the entire celestial realm. The battle lines were drawn and the stage was set for a confrontation between the forces of light and darkness, with the fate of heaven and earth hanging in the balance. The Book of Revelation gives a vivid account of this heavenly battle between the archangel Michael and his loyal angels and the dragon, identified as Satan, and his followers. Revelation 12:7-9 states, "Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back, but he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him." As the seeds of rebellion took root, God's response was swift and decisive. Tasked with preserving the divine order, the loyal archangels, led by the likes of Michael and Gabriel, were summoned to confront and quell the insurrection. Their mission was clear: to vanquish the rebels and restore harmony to the celestial realm. Cosmic forces collided as the archangels and their loyal legions engaged Lucifer and his rebellious cohorts in an intense struggle that spanned across the heavenly plane. Every blow, every maneuver, and every act of defiance or valor carried with it the weight of the universe's fate. Amidst the chaos, acts of heroism and sacrifice emerged as the archangels fought valiantly to protect the divine order and preserve the sanctity of God's dominion. The conflict raged on, with neither side yielding to the other, as the celestial realm reverberated with the echoes of this confrontation. Ultimately, the tide of battle turned in favor of the loyal archangels. The rebellious angels, overwhelmed and defeated, faced the stark reality of their actions. As the dust settled, the consequences for the rebels were severe. The fallen angels were cast out of heaven, banished from the presence of God for all eternity. Their punishment, a testament to the inviolable nature of divine authority, served as a stark reminder of the perils of challenging the Creator's will. The angels that were once glorious in heaven now have fallen to the ground. As the fallen angels descended to earth, they sought to corrupt and destroy God's creation. In an act of defiance, these rebellious beings pursued relationships with human women, resulting in the birth of a new race known as the Nephilim. These hybrid offspring, born of fallen angels and human mothers, were a powerful and mighty race often described as giants. Their existence caused great upheaval and a dramatic increase in wickedness on earth. The Nephilim wreaked havoc on the world, their insatiable appetites and violent tendencies throwing the delicate balance of creation into disarray. The corruption and violence that spread across the earth grieved God, and the divine decision was made to take drastic measures to restore order and purity to His creation. In response to the overwhelming wickedness that had permeated the earth as depicted in Genesis 6:5-8, God made the monumental decision to cleanse the world through an intense approach. This great flood, a catastrophic event of unparalleled magnitude, would wipe out nearly all life on earth, including the formidable Nephilim. This divine act of purging served as a means to reset the world and allow for a fresh beginning, free from corruption and chaos. However, amidst the widespread destruction, there was a glimmer of hope. A select few, led by the righteous Noah and his family, would be spared from the devastating floodwaters. Acting under divine guidance, Noah constructed a massive ark to shelter his family and representatives of every animal species, ensuring the survival and continuation of life on earth. As the floodwaters eventually receded and life slowly began to re-emerge, it became evident that the world had been transformed forever. The once mighty Nephilim, who had wreaked havoc upon the earth and contributed to the widespread wickedness, were wiped out, their destructive presence eradicated. In their absence, a new chapter in human history commenced, offering a renewed opportunity for mankind to live in accordance with divine principles and strive for righteousness. But what happened to the fallen angels who had instigated this chaos in the first place? How did God address their transgressions? The Book of Enoch an ancient Jewish text that falls outside the canon of traditional scripture, sheds light on the destiny of the fallen angels. This age-old account describes how God ordered the archangels to seize the fallen angels, restraining them with chains and hurling them into the abyss. This unfathomable, lightless chasm was designated as their confinement until the arrival of the ultimate judgment day. Confined within the abyss, the fallen angels were forced to live in a hopeless and lightless existence. This penalty served as a reminder of the repercussions that come with challenging divine sovereignty. As the fallen angels languished in their imprisonment, their plight underscored the importance of remaining loyal to God's authority and the consequences awaiting those who dare to deviate from the path of righteousness. There will come a day when all living creatures will be judged accordingly. As per the prophetic teachings found in the Bible, the fallen angels' confinement won't last forever. A momentous event known as the Day of Judgment will come to pass, a time when every living being will face accountability for their actions. This crucial day will also signify the ultimate fate for these rebellious celestial beings. On this day of reckoning, the fallen angels will stand trial for their defiance and disobedience. Upon being judged, they will be condemned to the lake of fire, an eternal fiery pit where they will experience unending suffering. This severe punishment serves as a powerful reminder of the outcomes that result from veering away from the path of righteousness and rejecting divine guidance. In sharing the fate of the fallen angels, we are reminded of their eternal torment as a cautionary tale for all who might consider challenging the divine order and turning away from the path of virtue. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the extraordinary story of the fallen angels. If you found this exploration as interesting as we did, please like, share, and comment on this video. See you on our next one.